Name the team that needs Cousins the most.
I think it's the Vikings. If you look at the Jets, so young, like they got a future, right? The Vikings are like, their cell phone batteries, that little red sliver. They got the 20% warning, the 10% warning. The guys in the front seven, their contracts are up. They need to go now. I don't think they can afford to miss because they want to win a Super Bowl in 2018. The Jets have time.
I think it's the Jets. I think the Jets have been building towards this. Last year, they didn't take a quarterback in the top 10. They took Jamal Adams. This year, they've the number 6 pick, not the number 1 pick. Like, they have been building and saving money for Kirk Cousins, and they've been very transparent about it, that Kirk Cousins is their guy. Whereas the Vikings, the word we're getting is they kind of have a limit. They're not exactly going to go all in. Whatever it is, the Jets are all in. If the Jets don't get them, what's that message to the fans that we're the New York Jets? We are from New York City. We are gangrene, and we put everything out there, and we're spurned and given the stiff arm by Kirk Cousins. I think the Jets have pressure to get him.
Who was their last franchise guy? Namath?
Namath was their last great.
Sanchez
traded up to get him, top 6 pick, yeah.
Before I answer the question, I do think it's funny that you posed the question by saying there's 2 teams that are willing to give him a 3-year guarantee.
Go to the desert, Nate.
Remember before, no, I'm not going to the desert, but remember before free agency started,
loves it.
How many teams were interested in Kirk Cousins? It's crazy, man. This thing is really starting to wind down to the witching hour, as KB would say. I'll say this, it's the Jets. I agree with you 100%. Here's the thing. There could be a scenario where Teddy Bridgewater ends up putting on a Minnesota Vikings jersey again, where they look at him and Teddy looks back at the team and say, you know what, we built something here. Let's continue building this bridge. Name another guy that has that type of rhythm with that team and that offense can trust like they trusted Case. I'm talking to Vikings fans, guys that are close to the organization. They're saying before all this started, before free agency hit, we're going with Bridgewater next year. And I thought, that's odd. They must know something about Bridgewater we don't know. So if that means that they could fall back on Bridgewater, it's the Jets that need Kirk Cousins. And he might not be the guy.
I disagree. Like, I think the Jets could go just take a rookie. If they take Allen or they take
again?
Rosen. Yeah, again, it's what we just talked about.
They're
rookie
not in
contracts.
win now mode.
No, exactly right. The Vikings, like, let's go. Let's win this thing yesterday.
They
the Jets
cannot
take
lose
a rookie.
Cousins, and they already lost Keenum. Like, it has to be the Vikings. That window is now, unless the window was already last year and they missed it.
They might have.
Jets have done that already. We're watching the rerun. If you're a Jets fan, you're saying, dog, we're not doing this again.
Doing what? Like,
we had Geno, we had Hackenberg, we had Petty. Like,
they missed.
And we're going to swing and miss again. I'm just saying that's how Jets fans feel. They're like, let's go get our guy. I live in Jersey, and every Jets fan is saying, Kirk is our guy. And I feel like that's what they want.
It's not a good look if the Jets offer Cousins more money and he chooses to take less money to the Vikings. But you're right, and when you say that, if the Vikings don't get Cousins, I didn't even think of it this way. You let Keenum walk out the door. You don't get Cousins.
I'm saying you got rid of your insurance plan, your backup plan, Schrags. What do they do if they lose out on the Cousins deal? What are they? I mean, Teddy Bridgewater might be the quarterback.
Bridgewater, Bradford, McCarron. Like, if McCarron goes off the board today, if McCarron goes to Arizona or McCarron goes to Buffalo, this gets really, really fun and really, really tight if you're the Kirk Cousins camp, because then there's only really 2 suitors left. And once it gets down to 1 suitor, if you can't play them off each other, you don't have the leverage.
If they don't get Cousins, congratulations to Case Keenum, who you've been, touting on and on. Like, you should have sewn it up with him. As you said, he should stay with Minnesota. If they don't get Kirk Cousins, that's how I'll look at the situation.
Should have put a ring on it.
Now, he's laughing with $20 million in Denver, and you guys don't have a solution. When you do have, to credit to the Vikings, we love the Vikings. We want them to win now.
Kind of love Keenum signing, like, all business. Keenum just being like, you know what, screw all this. I'm going to sign with Denver. They want me. Let's go. Let's roll.
I got a job to do.
Thanks,
here.
Vikings.
Nate, of course everyone you hang with in Jersey wants to spend for Cousins. You live with the rich people.
That's it.
They just want to spend on everything.
Must be nice.
Money. It must be real nice.